Hello everyone, I am Dr. K. Annapurna, Associate Professor of ECE Department, VFSTR, deemed to be University, Vadlamudi. Our today's topic is low pass filters. So it is part of third unit, active filters and regulators, in the subject linear ICs and applications. So what is filter? In the last class we have seen. So filter is a circuit which is used to allow a required band of frequencies, and we have seen types of filters also: low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, band stop filter, all pass filter. So out of that, first we are discussing the low pass filter. So low pass filter means which used to pass only the low frequency signals and it stops the high frequency signals. The main objective of this class is to make you familiarize with the concept of low pass filters and to know the impact of order of the filter on the frequency response and outcomes. That is, by the end of this lecture you will able to answer what is low pass filter, how is the frequency response of low pass filter, what happens to the frequency response if order of the filter is increased, and what are the applications of low pass filter, how to design a low pass filter for a given specification. Now let us see the ideal and practical frequency response of low pass filter. So first of all, already ideal frequency response. So frequency response means with respect to frequency, how the gain is varying, the magnitude of the gain. So as we discussed, low pass filter means it offers high gain for low frequency signals. So it is offering a gain of some A for low frequency signals and up to the cutoff frequency. Here the cutoff frequency of low pass filter is denoted as FH. Why it is FH means this is the highest frequency passed by the low pass filter, because it is passing frequencies from 0 to FH. Out of this pass band, this is called pass band. FH is the highest frequency passed by this low pass filter and this is called stop band. So this is ideal frequency response, but practically getting this sharp cutoff at the cutoff frequency is difficult. Now let us see the practical frequency response of low pass filter. It offers high gain at low frequencies, but at cutoff frequency it is 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain and slowly decreases. It is not sharp cutoff. So this is the practical frequency response. Okay, this is the frequency response of low pass filter, ideal as well as practical. If you see the ideal frequency response, see this yellow line. So it is having a sharp cutoff at FH. Why it is called FH? It is the highest frequency passed by the low pass filter. That's why it is called FH, and it is passing the frequencies from 0 to FH. So this band of frequencies is called pass band and this remaining range is called the stop band. And coming to the practical frequency response, it is not showing the sharp cutoff. So slowly it is decreasing from the maximum gain. Okay. So this is the practical response of the low pass filter. Now let us see the first order low pass filter. Okay, this is the first order low pass filter. So, let us see how it is allowing only the low frequency signals and stopping the high frequency signals. So, how to know that? By analyzing this circuit. So, by analyzing the output response, we will come to know how it is responding for various frequency inputs. So, for that, here this is the low pass filter actually, and here it is active low pass filter. That is why the operational amplifier is also there, which is used to amplify the response. Okay, and here what is the voltage at this point? And here we are giving input to the non-inverting pin. So, we are operating the operational amplifier in non-inverting configuration. Okay, so for non-inverting configuration, what is the gain? It is 1 plus Rf by Ri. Suppose the voltage at this node is V1, then what is V0? 1 plus Rf by Ri into V1. So, now what is V1? Actually we know, because of very high input impedance, there is no current entering into the op amp. So, these two will be in series because they are having same current through them. So, what is V1? It is equal to Vi into voltage at this node, means from this node to ground. So, it is drop across the capacitor. So, Vi into 1 by j omega c, that is capacitor reactance, by 1 by j omega c plus R. Now, if we simplify this, Vi by 1 plus j omega c R. Okay. Now, substituting this V1 here, so let it be 1, let it be 2, substituting 2 in 1. So, V0 is equal to 1 plus Rf by Ri into Vi by 1 plus j omega c R. Okay. And here this 1 plus Rf by Ri, let us assume is equal to the gain A. Then what is V0 by Vi? A by 1 plus j omega c R. Okay. Now, what is the magnitude of this gain? It's A by square root of 1 plus omega square c square R square. And at omega equal to 0, what is the gain? It is A. It is low pass filter. So, at low frequency, that is 0 frequency, it offers us very high gain. And as frequency is increasing, the gain is decreasing. So, this is the magnitude expression. At 0 frequency, it is offering us the gain A, that is the maximum gain, and at cutoff frequency, how much gain it should offer us? 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain. So, for what frequency this becomes 1 by root 2? That is when this second term of the denominator is 1. Then root of 1 plus 1, it becomes root 2. So, 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain A. So, the cutoff frequency is nothing but 1 by RC. So, this implies FH equal to 1 by 2 pi RC, because omega is equal to 2 pi f. So, this is the analysis of low pass filter. So, low pass filter is allowing low frequency signals and especially up to the cutoff frequency FH. At FH, practically it will give us 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain. So, in this example, the maximum gain is denoted as A, and what is A? It is 1 plus Rf by Ri. Okay? And let us see the frequency response. So, before going to the frequency response, what is the gain expression? and you can write this as A by square root of 1 plus omega by omega h whole square. Okay. So, now let us see the frequency response. The magnitude of the gain is A by square root of 1 plus omega by omega h whole square, or you can write f by fh, because omega is equal to 2 pi f and omega h equal to 2 pi fh, 2 pi gets cancelled, so you can write like that also. So, from this magnitude expression we can draw the frequency response of the low pass filter. So, this maximum gain is A. So, at 0 frequency, at omega equal to 0, what is the maximum gain? A, and at low frequencies also it is nearly A, and when it reaches omega h, the magnitude of this becomes 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain A. So, this is the frequency response of low pass filter. Now, how to design a low pass filter? Okay. Suppose if I ask, I want to pass the frequencies from 0 to 2.5 kilohertz. So, how to design the filter like that? Because the filter which is passing 0 to 1 kilohertz is called low pass filter, 0 to 5 kilohertz also it is called low pass filter. So, based on our requirements we should able to design the filter. Okay. So, how to design based on the given cutoff frequency and gain. So, here for the specified gain A maximum and cutoff frequency FH, so how to design a filter? First we need to select the capacitor value which is less than 1 microfarad, and generally we assume capacitor value as 0.01 microfarads, and we know the cutoff frequency formula is one by 2 pi RC. They will give us what is the cutoff frequency, and just now we have assumed C value. So, from that we can find the R value, right? And next, how to find RF and RI values. So, what is the maximum gain? It is 1 plus RF by RI, and the specification they will give what should be the maximum gain. It is 4 or 5, like that they will give you the number maximum gain, it should provide this much. So, we have to equate that to 1 plus RF by RI, and we have to assume RI value generally we assume it as 10 kilo ohms, and this is known thing and this is assumed thing. So, RF you can find. After finding these 4 values, we have to draw the RC low pass filter and we have to keep those values at the appropriate places. Then the design of first order low pass filter will be completed. Now, let us see a design problem. Design a first order low pass filter for a cutoff frequency of 2 kilohertz and with a pass band gain of 2. So, here what is the cutoff frequency FH? So, given FH equal to 2 kilohertz, right? And what is the pass band gain? The maximum gain is A or A max, it is 2. Okay. So, what is the first design step? We have to assume the C value. So, first let C is equal to 0.01 microfarads, right? Then from this formula FH equal to 1 by 2 pi RC, FH is given, C is assumed. So, from this you can find the value of R. Okay. What is the value of R? It is 7.95 kilo ohms, right? Next we need to find RI and RF. So, given maximum gain is 2. But according to the formula, what is maximum gain? It is 1 plus Rf by Ri. So, 1 plus Rf by Ri. This implies Rf by Ri is equal to 1. This means Rf equal to Ri. Now, let us assume Ri value as 10 kilo ohms. Then what is Rf value? That is also 10 kilo ohms. Okay. So, is it design completed? No. We have to draw the circuit diagram of first order low pass filter and we have to keep all those values. So, here I am drawing the first order low pass. So, what is R value? 7.95 kilo ohms. And what is C value? 0.01 microfarads. And Ri and Rf are 10 kilo ohms. So, now the design of first order low pass filter is completed and this circuit will give us the maximum gain of 2 and cutoff frequency 2 kilohertz. That is, it is able to pass up to 2 kilohertz and after that the gain will be reduced. Okay, now let us derive the output expression for general second order filter. So, here I am not mentioning whether they are resistors or capacitors, just I am keeping Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 which are representing the admittances. Okay. So, first what is the relation? First of all, which configuration it is? It is non-inverting amplifier. So, what is V0? So, V0 is equal to, what is the input directly applying to the non-inverting pin? It is VB. So, VB into, what is the gain of non-inverting amplifier? 1 plus Rf by Ri. And we have assumed 1 plus Rf by Ri as A. So, this is equal to VB into A. Since A is equal to 1 plus Rf by Ri, right. Now, let us apply KCL at node A. So, VA minus VI, let us assume all are leaving currents like this when you are applying KCL at node A. So, VA minus VI. So, applying KCL at node A. VA minus VI into Y1 plus VA minus V0 into Y3 plus VA minus VB into Y2 is equal to 0, right. So, simplifying this, so this implies if I take VA common, Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 minus VI Y1 minus V0 Y3 minus VB Y2 is equal to 0. And this VB can be written as V0 by A. Okay, we will see that later. So, let this expression is, this is 1, let this is 2. Now let us apply KCL at node B. So what will we get? VB minus VA into Y2 that is current flowing through this branch plus VB into Y4 is equal to 0. So from this you will get the relation between VA and VB. So VB into Y2 plus Y4 is equal to VA into Y2. That means I can write VA as VB into Y2 plus Y4 by Y2. That means in terms of V0, what is the relation? VB can be replaced as V0 by A. So V0 into Y2 plus Y4 by A Y2. Since V0 is equal to A YB, sorry, A VB. So let this equation is 3. Okay, just we have first related the output with direct input VB. So this is the expression, and next we have applied KCL at node A. So from that we got the expression in terms of VA, VB, VI and V0, that is equation number 2. And next we applied KCL at node B, that is VB, and then you got the relation between VA and VB, and then VA found in terms of V0. Now let us substitute VA and VB values, where VB is V0 by A, in the second equation. So what is second equation? VA into Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. What is VA? V0 into, so substituting VA and VB, so substituting VA and VB in 2. So what is expression number 2? You see, VA into, what is VA? V0 into Y2 plus Y4, V0 into Y2 plus Y4 by A Y2, this is VA. Okay, this is VA. So VA into Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3. This is the first term. Next term is minus VI Y1 minus VI Y1. Next term minus V0 Y3 minus V0 Y3, and next term minus VB Y2. So VB means V0 by A. So V0 Y2 by A. Is equal to 0. So this is the expression. Just we are substituting VA value and VB value in the second expression. Second expression is nothing but KCL at node A. So now simplify this. So here take V0 terms to one side and VI terms to the other side. So what will you get? V0 into Y2 plus Y4 into Y1 plus Y2 plus Y3 by A Y2. This VI Y1 let us take to the next side. So this is V0 Y3 minus V0 Y2 by A is equal to Vi y1, right. Now let us simplify this. Here a y2 is the LCM, so a y2, so here you will have V0 into, V0 is common for all terms, so I have taken out y2 plus y4 into y1 plus y2 plus y3 minus, here you don't have any term, means you have to multiply this, so a y2 y3, anyway V0 taken out, minus here y2 times, so V0 is taken out, so y2 square. This is equal to Vi into y1, right. Now what is V0 by Vi? That is the gain. So what is V0 by Vi? This becomes a y1 y2 by, what is this expression? Here y1 y2, right, and next y2 square, this y2 square and this y2 square gets cancels, and next y2 y3, so plus y2 y3 into, here this is one term minus a, so 1 minus a, right. Next plus y4 into y1 plus y2 plus y3. So this is the expression for generalized second order filter. The gain expression for generalized second order filter, this is the expression. Now let us see how the second order low pass filter will be. Okay. So for that you need to remember this. This is the expression we got for generalized second order filter. Okay. Now let us see the second order low pass filter. So just now we have seen the generalized second order filter. This is RF, this is RI, and here in the place of y1, y2, y3, y4 we have to keep resistors and capacitors. So here this is low pass, so resistors will be in series and capacitors will be like this. Okay. In the place of y1 you are having R, y2 you are having R, and in the place of y3 capacitor, y4 also capacitor. Please remember we have considered their admittances. So admittances means wherever R is there means we have to replace with 1 by R, and wherever C we have to write j omega C, that is capacitive susceptance. Okay, just now we have derived the expression for second order filter. So let us see that expression once. So this, in this expression we have to substitute resistor admittance and capacitive susceptance. So A y1 y2. So what is the expression you got? A is equal to A y1 y2 by y1 y2 plus y2 y3 y1 y2 plus y2 y3 into 1 minus a plus y4 into y1 plus y2 plus y3. Okay. This this is the expression just now we have derived. Now in this expression let us replace resistance admittance values and capacitor susceptance values. So what will you get? So the gain is equal to, here actually let it be A max, so AM, the maximum gain it is. So AM into what is Y1? 1 by R. Here to get clarity, Y1 is 1 by R, Y2 also 1 by R, and Y3 is SC, and Y4 also SC. In the place of Y3 and Y4 we have capacitors, and in the place of Y1 and Y2 we are having resistors. So A maximum into Y1, Y2 are resistors, so 1 by R square by Y1, Y2 means 1 by R square plus Y2, Y3. So SC by R, because Y2 is 1 by R and Y3 is SC, into 1 minus A plus Y4 is SC into 1 by R plus 1 by R means 2 by R plus Y3 is SC. Right. Now, so the maximum gain by R square, and here take R square LCM. So what will you get? 1 plus SCR into 1 minus A plus SC into, here actually R is the LCM, then 2 plus SCR. So SCR into 2 plus SCR. So this R square gets cancels. Maximum gain by, what will you get? S square R square C square plus, here 2 SCR, here SCR, that is 3 SCR. So 3 minus A times SCR plus 1, right? And here RC is the 1 by RC is the cutoff frequency and S is equal to j omega. So what will you get? So just let us take this to the next slide. AM by A is equal to AM by S square R square C square plus 3 minus A into SCR plus 1 C1s. So this is the expression. Now the cutoff frequency S is j omega and omega h equal to 1 by RC, right? So the cutoff frequency. So then how can I write this A? A maximum by j omega by omega h whole square plus 3 minus A into j omega by omega h plus 1, right? And this 3 minus A is called alpha. Okay, this is called damping factor alpha. And for normalized gain, so normalized gain, this omega by omega h is replaced as S. Then AM by S square plus alpha S plus 1. Okay. And here it is like your second order system what you have studied in the control systems. So in the control systems, this is representing the damping, right? So if the damping value is very small, what happens? it leads to oscillations and there will be some overshoots. Where if alpha is very high means you will get the stable response but slow response. Okay, in our syllabus we are studying the Butterworth filters where alpha is root 2, that is 1.414. Now for various values of alpha, how will be the frequency response you see. So here for various values of alpha, so 1.414 it is Butterworth. So here if you see this response, there are no overshoots, right? It is flat pass band and roll off also good. If you see just 0.5 means the roll off rate is very small, means there is overshoot, that is some oscillatory response is there. If you take 1.73 Bessel, it is slow compared to Butterworth. Okay. So each alpha value has its own advantages and disadvantages, and in out of these Butterworth filter gives us the flat pass band and sharp roll off. So we go for Butterworth filters design. So second order Butterworth low pass filter analysis. Now just now we got this response. So here if I keep alpha equal to root 2, so how will be the response? What will be the magnitude? So how will be the magnitude? So A max by S square plus alpha S plus 1. This is the normalized gain, right? So if I take the magnitude of that gain, so A max by A max will be a constant, so it will be as it is, and S will be replaced by j omega, so square root of 1 minus omega by omega h whole square plus alpha square, alpha omega by omega h whole square. This is the imaginary term, because here this is the normalized, means S is j omega by omega h. Okay. So when I keep alpha equal to root 2, what happens you see. Substitute alpha equal to root 2 since we are considering the Butterworth. So magnitude of gain becomes A max by square root of this whole square, means it is in the form A minus B whole square. So A square plus B square minus 2AB, and this one alpha is root 2 just now I told. So root 2 whole square means 2. So omega by omega h. So in the place of S substitute j omega by omega h, then you will get this expression. So A minus B whole square means like this, then this term and this term gets cancels, and A max by square root of 1 plus omega by omega h whole to the power of 4. It is second order, so you got 4. So for nth order Butterworth filter, A max by square root of 1 plus omega by omega h whole to the power of 2n, where n is order of the filter. And this second order filter is also called Sallen-Key. So Sallen-Key means after the inventor's name, Okay, second order filter is also called Salenky filter. Now let us see the design steps for second order low pass filter. So second order low pass filter, Butterworth filter, alpha value is fixed, right, 1.414 for Butterworth. And what is alpha? It is 3 minus A. A is maximum gain. Okay, so gain will not be given in these problems because gain is not in our hands and only the cutoff frequency will be given. So based on the given cutoff frequency, we have to design the second order low pass Butterworth filter. Okay, first we have to select the C value. Usually it is less than 1 microfarad and generally we take 0.01 microfarads. And from this formula, FH equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. C is assumed, FH is given. So from that you can find the value of R. And next one, A max. How we got this 1.586 means, for Butterworth alpha is 1.414, right? And what is gain? A max equal to 3 minus alpha, or alpha is equal to 3 minus A max. So from that you will get 1.586. So second order filter gain is fixed at, if it is Butterworth, it is 1.586. And what is the formula? 1 plus RF by RI. So equate 1 plus RF by RI to this value 1.586 and assume RI value as 10 kilo ohms and find the corresponding RF value. And after finding all these values, draw the circuit diagram and place the values at appropriate places. Okay, now let us see the design problem of second order low pass filter. Design a second order Butterworth low pass filter having upper cutoff frequency of 2 kHz. So 2 kHz filter we have to design, that is it should able to pass up to 2 kHz and gain is not mentioned because Butterworth means 1.586 is fixed. Okay, so now we have to assume the C value 0.01 microfarads. Then from the formula FH equal to 1 by 2 pi RC, we have to find the value of R. Okay, R is 0.8 kilo ohms. And next the gain is A max equal to 1 plus RF by RI, that is equal to 1.586. This implies RF equal to 0.586 times RI. Let RI equal to 10 kilo ohms. Then what is RF? 5.86 kilo ohms. Now we have found all values. So draw the second order low pass filter and keep the values. So RF we got 5.86 kilo ohms and RI we have assumed 10 kilo ohms and other end is grounded, and R value we got 0.8 kilo ohms and this is C 0.01 microfarads. Here we are applying the input. So with this the second order filter design is completed. Okay, let us recap what you have learned in this class. What is low pass filter? Low pass filter is a circuit which passes only low frequency signals and stops the high frequency signals. What is the cutoff frequency of low pass filter? So cutoff frequency means up to what frequency it is allowing to pass, that is called cutoff frequency, and it is represented as F suffix H and the formula is 1 by 2 pi RC. Why the cutoff frequency of low pass filter is represented as FH? Because it is the highest frequency passed by the low pass filter. Is there any phase difference between input and output? No, there is no phase difference because it is operating in non-inverting mode. So, we didn't get any negative sign. What is the difference between first order and second order low pass filter? So, first order filter means the response will be like this. Okay, if you see the first order response means it is slowly rolling off, whereas second order means fast roll off. Actually, ideally it should be sharp cut off. So, as the order of the filter is increasing, then what happens? It is approaching the ideal response and it requires more number of components. What are the applications of low pass filters? So, low pass filters, where we are using these low pass filters means at the receivers we have to perform the demodulation. Okay, actually the received signal will be very high frequency signal which is modulated signal, and to recover the original signal we use it to do demodulation. So, after demodulation we have to recover our original message signal, that is audio frequency, low frequency signal. So, how to recover? With the help of low pass filter. And next one, in some applications we need to blur the image, that is we have to filter out the sharp features of the image, then we have to apply low pass filter. What is the value of damping ratio for Butterworth second order low pass filter? It is 1.414. What is the maximum value of gain for Butterworth second order filter? It is 1.586, because there is a relation alpha is equal to 3 minus a or a is equal to 3 minus alpha, and alpha is 1.414 for Butterworth low pass filter or high pass filter. Second order filter it is 1.414. And this is your assignment and these are the references. I hope you understand this lecture. Thank you.